What's up, my Central Unit? It's the Central Man here. So this is really my first AEW review in ages. The last one I did is reviewing AEW's Revolution way back in February, and it's been really so long since I did a last review on AEW Dynamite. So I'm reviewing this week's Dynamite. The show was at the Daily Place in Jacksonville, Florida. The commentators for the show are Jim Ross, Tony Schiavone, and Excalibur. The first match to kick off this week's Dynamite, we got Cody Rhodes versus Joey Janela. A good opener, like both Cody and Joey, they just got some good chemistry. Moments of the match, you had Cody hit the moonsault onto Joey off the stage. Joey Janela hit like a diving elbow off the top rope onto Cody. Then Cody hit like a reverse suplex off the top rope. Hit like a Cody cutter onto Joey Janela. Joey Janela kicked out. In the end, Cody hit like the crossroads onto Joey Janela to score the victory. Then we got this video package of the state of the women's title picture. It was all about like the champion Nyla Rose and her future opponents like Hikaru Shida, Britt Baker, Chris Statlander, Penelope Ford. Then you got Tony Schiavone interviewing the women's champion Nyla Rose, and Nyla Rose asking Schiavone who's the dominant force, and Tony was about to say something. Instead, Nyla says, wrong, it's me, and it's always me. Told Schiavone to shut up, go back to your commentary booth, do your job, let me do my job. And then you got the second match of this week's Dynamite. We got Nyla Rose versus Kenzie Page. This was just a squash match, just purposely to make Nyla Rose look dominant. Nyla hit the powerbomb onto Page to score the victory. Then we got a promo segment with MGF. His promo segment was like on a green screen, like looks like he's doing his promo in his hot pad, drinking his wine. Talking about like doubters for him. He says like he's not gonna be like for years. He says he's not gonna make it in the wrestling business. People for years are self-proclaimed gonna be in the wrestling business. They're nearly in their 30s. Talk about and he's like he's comparing, like some people compare him to Rock and Flair and Piper. Said I got more it in my little finger more than my haters did in their miserable life. And like the beginning and the ending of MGF's promo, it had people like swapping chairs. Like he was sitting on a red chair in the beginning of the promo segment, and then at the end of the promo segment, he was sitting on a throne. It said, "My actions return next week on Dynamite. I'm gonna reclaim my throne." And then you got the second promo segment with Shawn Spears. Actually, a package promo. You basically like Shawn Spears talking about last week's match between Lance Archer and Dustin Rhodes in the TNT Championship Tournament, when Lance Archer beat the living crap out of Dustin Rhodes, and Cody's refusing to throw in the towel, and Shawn Spears says, "If that was me, I would never do it to my brother." And then we got another segment, this time Tony Schiavone interviewing MGF and Shawn Spears. They're kind of like putting each other over, and you had the Shawn Spears without the beard this time says, you got the greatest sporting comeback in history. And then you got Tony Schiavone says, so I got reports by AEW President Tony Khan says, MGF, you're going to be in the match with Jungle Boy at Double or Nothing. You know, like, MGF did the spit take, and then that was the end of the segment. And then we got the third match of this week's Dynamite. We got the AEW World Champion Jon Moxley taking on Frankie Kazarian, one half of SCU. I would say this was an okay match. It wasn't like great. It was Kazarian had some offense, but it was still a good match. Moxley hit the paradigm shift onto Kazarian to score the victory. Afterwards, you had the Dark Order beating down Jon Moxley. The rest of the SCU trying to join in, but unfortunately, the numbers game of Dark Order, you had Dark Order beating down not just Moxley, but SCU, that is Daniels, Kazarian, and Scorpio Sky. Then you got the insulting one, Brody Lee came to the ring, hits Moxley with the discus clothesline, and he was on the mic, says, you got something of mine, it's more desiring. Basically challenged Moxley to a world title match at Double or Nothing, and Moxley is on the mic, says, why do you ask? What was it? Why do you ask? What should have asked me first? And then Brody Lee hits Moxley with a big boot. No, not Moxley with a big boot. Lee hit Moxley with a big boot, and then you got the Dark Order beating down Moxley even more to end the segment. And then we got a promo segment with Brandy Rhodes, all about, really, she's addressing about Jake the Snake Roberts. I'm going to get to the key points of the promo segment. Said about, this is not 1991, to about, like, you're not going to fool me with your tricks. And my mom always told me a long time ago, don't fuck with people you don't even know. Keep my name out of your old pathetic mouth, or not old pathetic mouth. And then we got the next match. We got QT Marshall taking on Lance Archer. Like the Nyla match earlier, this match was just a squash match. Like, yeah, QT had some offense, but it's just purposely to make Lance Archer look dominant. Like, one moment of the match, you had Britt Baker hitting QT Marshall with her shoe, and then Brandy took the shoe away from Britt and threw it away. And then, yeah, in the end, Lance Archer hit the blackout. It's basically the razor's edge, and then he hit QT Marshall with like this Von Erich type claw to score the victory. And then afterwards, Britt Baker hit Brandy Rhodes with the DDT. Put Brandy into the ring, and Jake the Snake Roberts come out, grab the snake, and put the snake onto Brandy's body. That was insult to injury, so it continued the storyline, the feud between the Rhodes and, Jake the Snake Roberts and Lance Archer, because Lance Archer beat down Dustin Rhodes last week. This week, you had Jake the Snake Roberts putting the snake onto the body of a beat down Brandy. And then we got an interview segment with Taz interviewing Darby Allin. He kind of reviews on the match between Cody Rhodes, and yeah, he kind of left. So that was basically the last segment of this week's Dynamite. And then we got the main event. We got a tag team match between Kenny Omega and Matt Hardy. Broken Matt Hardy. This is Broken Matt Hardy's first match, taking on two halves of Inner Circle. That is Chris Jericho and Sammy Guevara. They dubbed themselves as, was it, Les Sex Gods, and this was fucking good. Like, one moment of the match, you had Matt Hardy trying to put Sammy Guevara through a table. The referee's trying to do a 3 count, and Jake Hager pulled the referee out of the ring. They're kind of like fighting near the stand, in the food stand. Like, you had, I think it was Hager and Jericho put Matt Hardy through an ice cooler. The highlights of this match has to be the go-kart spot. You basically had Omega and Hardy basically driving the golf cart, running over Jericho, running over Sammy Guevara. I think the announcer, really the commentators, are really selling it like both Jericho and Guevara getting killed on live TV. And then, Kenny Omega did like a moonsault off the scissor lift onto Hager, Hardy, Jericho. And then you got the numbers game of the Inner Circle was too much for Omega and Matt Hardy. Like, you got Santana and Ortiz joining in the brawl. I think Hager really put Matt Hardy through a table. I think he powerbombs Omega on the top of the golf cart. Jericho hit the Judas Effect onto Omega to score the victory. And then all 5 members of Inner Circle did like a standing towards near the football pitch, and you both Jericho and Sammy giving the middle finger, and that was the end of this week's Dynamite. And this was good, man. Really good show by Dynamite. I've done my research that this week's Dynamite once again beat NXT, this week's NXT in the reigns, so you can tell that who's It looks like AEW haven't failed. They're not gonna fail. You know, I think AEW so far is still a supreme brand in wrestling. So, okay, that's my review on this week's Dynamite. I hope you like it. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Smash the like button and subscribe to the Central Man Network on YouTube. And this is the Central Man officially signing out. Check you later.